You Get a little Transformers hype up in here as we kick off round 2. So we have encountered the slight error that I haven't seen in a while, where I can only see parts of what's available. I'll go ahead and kill the touch, and we'll kick on Chiptune. Drop that down, and there we go. So I can't see what they're selecting here, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to go with whatever they pick. And I need to update the map settings here. I don't want to spoil what they got, I guess. Maybe? Yeah, I'll spoil it. So they currently have... They're on indoor. The rest, I don't know what it's gonna be. We'll find out shortly, though. So welcome everybody to round 2 of Invader League. These two are playing a little bit ahead of everybody else, so it's perfectly fine. Oh, there we go. So they just knocked off Sabotage. And they apparently cleared Rapid. And Hostile. Oh, it's clear, hostile, and rapid. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so they knocked off Intercept. I guess we'll find out what's up next, whenever they select it. They're left with whatever is over here. Oh, it's Sabotage, Sabs, Intercept, and Key. So it's key positions. So we know that. And I'm typing in the wrong area. So at least we know that. Looks like they're still deciding. I'll keep this up so I can edit it as it comes up. Guess they're still debating as to what they're going to do map-wise. Looks like Major Offensive is current, so they're going to be doing key positions. Do they want Major or do they want Long March? Looks like Long March. And it looks like they're trying to debate the way that the map's going to be laid out and who it's going to really work out for, so... Waiting to see if they're going to eliminate, and it looks like they did. They're going to go with Hostile. Perfect. So, Long March, Hostile. And there we go. That is our map. Center this guy a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to read. There we go. And let's watch them deploy their key positions. So obviously the forest's in the center. That is one. I would suspect these crates can, well, they aren't technically outside of the deployment zone, so those wouldn't count. These crates would be an easy one. This forest over here would be an easy one. This bunker tower building here would be a good one. So is this tower here. Looks like he is deciding to go with the woods, indeed, over here in the corner. Solid choice. Looks like they're debating it a bit. You do have plenty of options, though. Just checking to make sure it's outside of one. So, there's plenty of space. Yeah, trying to show what all options there can be. Trying to figure out where to deploy to and what to take. I think that these woods here would be great. However, you generally want to be like line of sight blocking if possible, because that way you can just stuff stuff around the back of it and it can't be shot. So these supply crates here wouldn't be terrible. Potentially this building here wouldn't be too bad either. On the red side of the board, which will be Starscream, he's looking at either this building, this block of woods, or this tower would be my pick. I think I'd want to go with this building here. Just my opinion. Alright, so it looks like they're going to choose the little crates, these heavy crates, by chance. Or not. Looks like they're still debating it. Yeah, so, yeah, I'd probably go with this building here. It's easier to stuff stuff behind it, and you can cover it really well from other angles, whereas if you do this tall tower, you're going to have problems with anything that comes up to it, and then it's also blocked by this tree, so you're going to have people able to just sneak up right next to it, whereas this building, you could easily pop things that are in front of it here from guys either next to the tower or on top of the tower, etc., etc. A little bit more defensible of a pick, this one. This guy, it'd be nice, but it's light cover. This one's heavy cover, so at least that will help. And it looks like indeed they are going with the dense woods, the heavy cover. It's not line of sight blocking, so people will be able to at least shoot you if you're in it. However, it's pretty far back. That's kind of one of the other nice things is it's back. I think I would have gone with the pallet or this building, and that way I could just have a unit stand right directly behind it and be fine. Alright, so now we're going to see Starscream, where he's going to go with his. I guess we'll find out shortly. Hoff in the chat. Hey Hoff, how's it going? Yeah, Blue picked arguably a more difficult side, I believe, and he did not want to flip it. I guess he was assuming he wasn't going to be getting Long March. Well, to be fair, I think this, well, that's passable for the tank. They're all not a big deal for the tank. I think it's really probably fine. Yeah, as for blue player, you're going to see Ripa over here. He has 3 snipers, there's the 3rd sniper, all with Recon, Hunter. You got Naked Troopers, a bunch of Z6s, and then Chewie, Han, and Leia. Alright, it looks like he is choosing the building indeed that I thought was a good choice. Solid choice there by Starscream. Ripa doing a not too terrible choice with the woods, but I think I would have preferred the cargo pallet myself. Me being me. But not a bad choice though, because this is a little bit further back and easier to maintain control over. So for Starscream's list, we're looking at, well, obviously, a gigantic tank, featuring the pilot and the pintle rifle on it. You're going to see Bosk is in here as well, Veers with his fancy improv orders. We're going to see 2 snipers, 3 snipers. You're going to see 2 DLTs with repair mechs, and then a standard DLT, and then a naked trooper squad. So this map, as Hoff is pointing out, is going to be fantastic for that tank, because he can sit right here, he can sit right here, and just like light anything up that marches out here, because sure, these woods here are heavy, these are light, and these are heavy, so the tank's going to have sight lines for days with very little, like, blocking terrain. Sure, things will get cover, but that's still suppression. And plus, when he starts to drive it out and want to go wreck face with it, there's not a lot in the way to prevent him from driving. Sure, he's only moving 1, because he's already moving 1 anyway. The only thing he can't drive through are these buildings on the, like, top and bottom of the map, and this one here, and these 2. And they're, like, no way going to intercede with where the tank can go. Now, in terms of, like, sniper placement, now you're going to get a little trouble. I mean, you can put 1 sniper here looking out this way. Same thing on this side, you can do the same thing. You can do a sniper here looking out this way. You can do the standard 1 sniper here and then another one behind here. It's tempting to push a sniper up here onto the building using the ladder, but I think you're still better off with a sniper here, potentially another one here, and using these pallets as a blocking feature. Alright, so we see 2 trooper units going out already. Looks like this one's already placed, and he's now going to be placing the naked rebel troopers out here. When we rotate around, we have the naked troopers here. Very easy placement because they're just going to run right at this building and take it. Alright, so naked troopers, he's looking like he's going to try and hide them behind the hill here. So Ripa already placing some stuff to get some nice cover and lines. I'm going to go make sure that my tabletop simulator view is not going all crazy. And it looks fine, actually. Perfect. Alright. I do have to run monitor capture, because apparently TTS broke source capture. So that's a thing, apparently. So you'll see my alerts pop up for Xbox and whatever Windows decides to throw at me. So I do apologize in advance for that, but what can you do when TTS wants to make your day a little difficult? Alright, so second squad of DLTs out. Over to Ripas over here. One's comfortable, we'll see where he places some stuff. Yeah, Raven Gear, it's nice that it's an actual red versus blue match for once. Being Imperial on Imperial or Rebel on Rebel, while kind of cool, it gets a little old because that's like what we see all the time. Alright, so another squad of DLTs getting, or not DLTs, I'm used to saying that now because that's all I play. Another squad of Z6 is being placed. Looks like they're going to be roughly the same position as the one before, where they're going to put a lot of the troopers behind the rock face here to prevent them from being shot in turn 1, and instead just have the commanders out here ready to move as needed. Back to Starscream's side, we'll see him likely place an astromech group. And that is indeed what he is doing. Looks like he's going to try and block as much as he can, as there's only this little avenue of sight here, because you have this building blocking, you have this building blocking, and this building blocking for the most part. And yeah, it looks like he's going to take cover behind this building, and likely swing up this way with the tank if he has an astromech here. However, he can be just splitting them up early. We'll find out. Another interesting thing, though, is how can these rebels take on the tank? And the answer to that is side shots, or real luck. I think, in all honesty, with the list that you're seeing here from Ripas, is you're going to have to just ignore the tank. Completely ignore the tank, let it do its thing, except that it's only, what, 6 die? Maybe if he fires the pintle, it'll be, what, an additional 8 die total with a bunch of whites. And you just kind of have to accept it and deal with it. And if you take losses from it, you take losses from it. This tank against Imperials, kind of meh. Against Rebels, though, it's a giant threat, because it will... White saves are not fantastic. But again, the problem is, what do you do? And the answer is, I don't think there's a lot of things you can do. Because he doesn't have any sort of really strong anti-tank. Sure, snipers can get side shots. Z6s and everything else, the standard squads can go through the side. Leia probably can start doing some stuff, because she surges to crit, and she has, what is it? Sharpshooter's not the important one. Pierce, that's what I was looking for. So her Pierce will automatically do a damage. Getting some Brazil love down here. So we've got some Decepticon love and some Brazil love for our two competitors today. And yeah, with the second astromech group going down here, I will almost guarantee that the tank is going to come and plop itself over here. Also, hello Crazy Killer over in YouTube world. Thank you for tuning in. Alright. Astromech unit deployed. Looks like we're going to probably see, like I said, the tank is going to go over here. No reason not to put it through the woods and let it just charge through. Alright. Looks like Ripas is going to be debating where to put the next unit. Still has another Z6 unit. Stuffing pretty much everything behind this rock is going to get a little difficult. So Starscream's list was called Decepticons, because obviously Starscream being a huge Decepticon fan. Let's see if I can't pull up the list of lists real quick, and I can let you know if there's any fun list names. Ripas is... no, neither of them are, like, super creative. If we want to go through everything, though, it's, Ellis has a fun one with Have You Seen My Tauntaun? Garn has a really fun... Garn has a great one with his, it's not Gar-na-na-na, it's Gar-na-na-na, not Garn-nan-na-na. So, play on his names. Alright, so we're seeing, what is this? Z6 troopers being placed. Again, the exact same methodology. Placing everything behind this giant hill for blocking line of sight. Doing this is going to be problems because it's creating an issue where snipers might not be able to stuff their spotter anywhere to be safe. Starscream won't be playing DePinto until... where is Starscream on here? No. DePinto plays... Screw Tape is who you're thinking of. You're thinking of Screw Tape, not Starscream. DePinto's list name obviously being awesome of I'll Make It Legal. Veer's going down. Nice little spot right here. Likely putting himself in a spot where he can get a spotter off to some snipers or tanks. Orchimedes going with Definitely Not Traitors as his list name. Bread Battalion for the Bread Wizard. That was a good one. Hofberger with the Rolly Boys hype. I love the Rolly Boy hype. Looks like a little bit of debate with Veers, but I believe that he's done. AG with Ensuring Command is his list title. Kingsley with Yup, It's Rebels. Come on, you can come up with a better name. I honestly picked a terrible name because I didn't know we were doing list names. But it still works. Tauntauns are OP. Rise Up with Fists. Oh, Who Kicked My Dog? Suppressor, I hardly knew her. That's a great one. Alright, looks like you're seeing Han go down and smack dab in the middle of the cluster of Z6s. There's just so many and they're all facing the exact same way. That's kind of funny. They're legitimately all facing this way. Alright, the tank coming down, like I thought, right into the woods. Great placement for it. Man, this map is going to be heaven for this tank. That's pretty much it in terms of great list names that I can see. There's a bunch of good ones, but some great ones, that's for sure. Alright, so it looks like the tank is down and ready. Let's go ahead and see what's going to get placed now. Down to either snipers, Chewie, or Leia. I think he's trying to reserve his snipers until we see where Starscream is going to place his. However, the Rebel snipers, with their crazy recon intel and their scout of 2, are going to get a 3 movement. So, they can bolt wherever they want. Alright, so a little bit, I guess, of debate about something or other. Looks like we're going to see Chewie come down. Also smack dab in the tail end of all the Z6s and everything else. So it looks like you have two squads over on this side, prepping to round and go on the, what we'll call the Starscream side of the board. And you have the Naked Trooper squad and another Z6 squad looking like they're going to round to the RipasMaster side of the board. Each supported by their own hero there. Looks like we're going to see Bosk get thrown right behind these DLT Stormtroopers. Bosk will also have a field day out here, because he's always looking for crits. Plenty of lines of sight and plenty of cover for him to hide behind. Chewie should be able to get up close enough and start doing some havoc, because he has a lot of terrain that he can hop through. So that'll be perfect for Chewie. This area will be like his ideal playground. Potentially lining up where to place Bosk. Back to his original placement, and then back to possibly behind the tank to block anything from shooting him. Alright, Bosk is down and set, hiding behind the tank. Again, likely checking ranges or lines of sight to things. Trying to see what is blocking. Likely just to highlight potential targets so that they can see what can see them. I suspect we'll see Leia come down next, and then you'll see the snipers. Again, with snipers being movement or scout 3, that's crazy, so you cannot see under the tank. Ah, yeah, because the tank is angled, which is perfect. Can you normally? I don't think you can normally see under the tank, but that's a different story. So Sniper's actually coming up before Leia, likely to save her for coordinated bombardment. So I think that kind of shows that you're going to see coordinated bombardment for a 1-pip, because we're waiting to see where Leia goes down, and it's likely going to be in response to Starscream's snipers. So, these snipers here getting placed out, they're going to get a range 3 move, or speed 3 move, wherever it is that they go, if they want to take it. I don't know why I'm yawning. It's like mid-afternoon right now. Alright, looks as though trying to position the snipers so that they can't both be spotted, but I think the mistakes were made that all these troops are deployed where they are, preventing the snipers from actually safely putting somebody behind the rocks. So next we'll see, it has to be Starscream snipers. And yes, you could effectively hide a sniper command or spotter behind these crates. You can hide them behind these crates as well. Again, this rock face works perfectly. You place one guy here and another guy over here. And then same thing on this side. You place one like up here and another one down here. And up here like right here on this hill. Not up on this different height. Can't do that. So this sniper getting some good lines right in immediately. Alright, just getting a little bit better placement there. That is actually going to cut off a lot more of his view this way. He would need to come out more to have a better line of sight. He needs to be like out here. So like right here, in order to get a really good line of sight. And I think he's realizing this now as he placed it and is probably checking. And where he's at now is good. This would arguably be better right here. So another like 1/4 inch over, but as is, it works. It is serviceable. Alright, so now we're going to see more snipers come down. This time from RipasMaster. And we'll likely see them... I don't know. I would be pretty darn tempted to place one somewhere in this area. Trying to take the other one behind these crates so that they can't be spotted. That way they can cover this approach. I'd almost try and do 2 to help cover this approach on this side. Because there are some pretty good lines here, especially coming up this route. Straight ahead, diagonal this way would be 2 good ones. Up here, they have this line of sight. Potentially this line of sight, right like this. So possibly another sniper back here would work great. Because that way you can have a line of sight going this way as well as this way. But it looks like he's going to be placed on the hill here, so very similar to the other one. Because this way, both snipers have lines of sight. Now this one will not be able to see the troopers currently, but he still can reposition. This one, however, definitely can. So likely a little bit of finagling with the lighter of the 2 greens to try and get line of sight. Again, likely to draw the line of sight over this way, through this avenue here, through all this terrain. Trying to basically pick off these different stormtrooper units over here. Alright, snipers are down. Or they were possibly just debating a thing. Alright, yep, they were done. Now we're going to see a pair of Imperial snipers coming out. Yeah, I suspect definitely trying to hide the spotter behind these crates. Right like that is perfect, because the only things I can see him would have to be damn near on top of them. And this one getting nice lines of sight into this angle this way to counter these 2 snipers here. Yep. Line of sight just like that to counter these snipers and anybody who's going to roll around this side. However, where they're currently at, they would also be able to straight line of sight anything this way as well. So good sight lines for that set of snipers. We'll see the last set of snipers for Ripas be positioned here momentarily. I wonder where he'll put them. I still think you need 1 set over here, but another set like right back here would not be terrible, using of course these crates as cover. It looks like that's exactly what Ripas is going to do, is put 1 over here and another one just behind these crates to kind of hide. It should be doable if you place it directly behind, like here. You should have cover 2. Or 2 layers of these crates should be enough to cover the model. Oh, well, I see what it's trying to do. Trying to put it here so that nothing can see them. However, that said, I think you might be able to see the gun. Yeah, that gun and arm are still sticking out. So that is actually not a good placement for this this guy. However, I'm sure Ripas will move him momentarily once he gets settled on his actual sniper's position. Again, this commando, you need to basically place right here. And that way he would be safe. And yeah, it looks like that's exactly what Ripas is going to do, is try and push him just right behind these crates. I still think from that location, his like back and his base are available. So if you look, that crate will only come to about here. I think that he's easily able to be identified. Take a look at this sniper here. I would say yes. I'm trying to maintain like my camera the best I can, and I think yes. I think you can totally see. I don't know. That might be good. I don't know. That, where he's being placed now, definitely is in the open. From the blue sniper. Very much in the, well, not in the open, but at least available targets. Currently trying to get Chewie within range 1 of that sniper. It's a little bit of finagling having to be done to make sure that that happens. Alright, that's all set, so now we're going to see the last set of snipers from Starscream and his last deployment be placed. If I were to place another set of snipers out here, I think I would want some, like I said, on this hill here with another one hiding back here. I think that'd be great. This way you have more cover this direction, and at worst, you can always wrap around and take aims on this side. However, with your objective here and the center... Well, that said, another one... Yeah, I don't think you could fit another one over here. I don't think that's possible. Yeah, where this sniper's going currently, it's probably a good spot. Okay, this one will be able to cover any approach through this whole area. So it'll work out okay. And just finagling the placement. That one's perfect. Alright. And then Leia, final deployment here for Ripas. We'll see this one go... I don't know. Leia would be a tough choice. I don't know if there's really any good spots. I suppose near these snipers here. That way you can see and, bombard the sniper here, and potentially Veers? Would be my guess. We have not seen the bounty be placed yet, because that's at the end of the deployment. Or can be at the end of the deployment. Alright. Just double checking some ranges and stuff. But it looks like Leia is indeed coming out over on this side to potentially give her some good lines of sight to some things. So far where she's at, she can see... Oh, they're moving her. So placing her safely behind these crates instead. There you go. Now she can't be seen with her gun extended way out. Much better placement. Alright, perfect. Alright, so that is it for deployment. Now, shall we see who they bounty? Clock is starting. No bounty has been placed, apparently. No bounty has been placed, at least that I can see. Unless that is what he's doing right this minute. And it looks like Chewbacca is the bounty target. Perfect. Alright, so with that, the game is set. We're going to see some cards come out. I suspect we'll see Bombardment come out of Leia's hand. Or come out for Leia. And likely... I don't think you play Maximum Firepower yet. I think you hold off on it. I think you just do a 3-pip of some sort. Probably not Bosks. Yep, Bombardment and Standing Orders. Oh, okay, 4-pip also works. Wonder if Starscream has a different 3-pip that he wants to hold for later. Alright, so Standing Orders, just placing it on the tank, likely to be able to control exactly what you want the tank to do. Alright, and it looks like both players are ready and good to go. Likely see Ripa's pull from the stack, or is he going to activate? Yep, going to Leia first, apparently. Alright, we're going to see her bombard almost immediately, so she's going to roll out. Likely throw... We'll see her move up this way at least. Wait for her to be moved. Players are trying to finagle it a bit. Alright, and from this position, her bombardment will have those snipers, Veers, those snipers, the tank. No stormtroopers though. So some good options. Is Leia going to take a second action? Whether it be an aim, or is she going to do the dodge? It looks like she's going to take an aim for her second action. Alright, going for the snipers. Blue snipers first. It looks as though this one's the one that can be seen. Alright. Hit and a crit, so it's going to be 2 saves on that sniper. Saved one, could not save the second, so that sniper is suppressed and swapped over. Now remember, with hostile environment, those suppressions stay unless the unit leader is touching a piece of terrain. The sniper leader is indeed touching this piece of terrain, so he'll be able to ditch that suppression at the end of the turn if he doesn't activate and ditch it normally. Alright, going after Veers. Looks like a singular hit coming through. Rolling the aim. Leia does surge, so it's going to be 2 hits on Veers. Veers taking 1 wound for this, and a suppression. Now you're going to see Leia target the other set of snipers. Hit and a crit. And you see those snipers survive it. Rolling aces there for the snipers on the hill. Alright, coordinated bombardment is done. Now we're going to see a trooper chip be pulled. Likely just move the naked stormtroopers up against the objective, and then that'll be it for the rest of the game for them. Makes it very easy when you have a naked set of troopers with nothing else to do but sit there. Likely could even wrap some around this corner if he really wanted to, but perfectly fine. Nothing is going to see them or shoot at them, likely the entire game. Alright, back to Ripas. We're going to see trooper unit be pulled right here. Checking the distance of the tank. Still debating some things, I suppose. Alright. Looking like finally ready to activate some of these troopers here. Likely looking for what the distance would be, the safe distance, to not get annihilated in the first turn. But, again, if you're playing too cautiously, it might hurt you later when you need to book it somewhere. Alright, so Z6 group activating. Looks like they're going to just charge out ahead. And they're going to take a second move here. Likely to try and get a little bit behind this building to prevent anything from hitting them. And it looks like they can safely do so. Likely have to forward cohere to do so, but this would be one of those circumstances where forward cohering would not be horrendously terrible. Because you can just line them up on the back of this building, making them a little more safe. At least from line of sight. Looks like a little bit of reluctance to do any sort of forward cohering. Looks like leaving one out in the open as a token target. Maybe Ripas doesn't see it, that you could just line up 2 or even 3 right here and then pyramid it down like so, and you could be okay. Okay. That was completed. Next is another trooper unit. Gonna be the DLT squad. They're just gonna probably charge ahead, get behind this tree, and place the rest of their units back up against the back end of this building. Would be my guess. Okay, double moving. Congo lining it, as to protect the DLT, and everything looks good. Alright, back to blue player. The rebel side, we're going to see... Oh, one of the heroes. This will have to be Han Solo, because Chewie is considered an operative. We'll see Han Solo activate, and his options are kind of limited. He pulled a little early, I think. He does have these dense woods here that can help him if he cares. Alright, gonna move straight out. Likely double move it. Yep. Gonna double move Han. Probably attempt to get behind the same building as this squad. And there you have it. Han successfully placed behind this building. For the most part. Still is exposed though. The tank can't easily drive up pretty much this way and then turn to fire at him. Might even have him in the open by doing so. Alright, so up next, pulling from the stack, we're going to see a set of snipers be pulled. Alright, so these snipers have some troops available. These snipers have the snipers available, so this is likely the best bet. Go with these guys first. Aim and fire at the snipers. I do not disagree with you, but this is also not my place to make that call and alert the players that they technically need to slide the base all the way along. Ooh, good thing he has that aim. Just one hit, so it's the suppression. Yeah, Han would have had to clip through this piece of the hill in order to make this move. Han, in theory, should be about here. You're supposed to slide your model across the entire movement template, so it's a minor rules, I guess you can call it a laziness thing, would probably be the appropriate term. Alright, Z6 squad rolling out. Double moving. Getting behind these crates, providing them with some heavy cover, and also being blocked from a lot of line of sight by this building, at least from some snipers. However, these DLTs are not going to be likely able to get in range, and the tank, I think its range is only about here. So I don't think there's going to be much concern for those troopers. Agreed, tabletop oddity. As I was saying, I think Han would be roughly here instead of right here. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make, but it would be a thing. Trying to ditch the suppression, I think that was a roll for. And it looks like the answer was yes. Luke pointing out that that rule is pretty abstract and that could be easier in different ways. Alright, snipers looking like they're firing at the other sniper. Hitting a crit. So that will be a dead sniper. And also a suppression due to the fact that he'll now be out of cover. Or out of touching a terrain object. Alright, so we see first blood on both sides is a sniper team. As par the usual, actually. Alright. Now over to the Empire. They need to draw from the stack or go with the tank. I think that the tank wants to go absolutely last at this point, so drawing from the stack is likely the best option. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's a Rebel player's turn. They're activating the sniper unit, and they're going to fire at the sniper right over here. They do not ditch the suppression, but again, it's kind of irrelevant. Looks like he's trying to move this sniper. That is surprising. I'm not sure I would move him up here. I don't know what you gain from doing this, other than you're no longer able to be fired upon, but I think also the rebels are starting to figure out that legitimately nothing is going to be sent this lane. Anything that you need to do is you need to create a lane going down this way. So, sniper moving up on top of this hill. I don't know if he can see much. This is about his head, and it looks like absolutely everything is blocked. Saying able to see Veers. I am not sure. Let me fuss with it. Yeah, I can see it. I can see Veers' like arm and torso and head. Perfect. Because Veers has a wound, the hunters get a name. Legion Command pointing out that the rules are incredibly clear on how to handle the whole movement thing. Again, I'm equating it to just rules laziness and shortcutting. You just see a lot of people... And the snipers roll blanks twice. Youch. It's a rules laziness thing is how I look at it. Or they're trying to speed up the process, and that is why. Alright. Coming up blanks on activating Veers. So he just gets his standard 2 actions. He's gonna double aim, putting one on Bosk and one on the tank. You can remove the suppression from the sniper, you know. Looks like he's just moving to hide behind the tank. And it looks like he forgot to inspire the sniper back here in this corner, unless he wants to keep the suppression on him, which is also an option. Alright, so Z6, oh no, sorry, next sniper unit, going to be activated. They likely are going to return fire at the, what are highlighted orange snipers. Roll and crit, that's what you need. And that's going to be a dead sniper unit. Well, not unit, but sniper team. Person? Team member? We'll go team member. And off goes one of the snipers. But that one had already activated, so it'll be perfect for next turn when he just clears that suppression and waddles out. Now, as for blue, who should have, in theory... Oh, there you go. Removes the suppression anyway. Inspire wouldn't have made any difference. Same result. I still think, I guess, keeping the suppression on him would have been okay. So, you either roll out to this side, or you roll out to this side, and you fire at what looks to be Trooper Leader or Leia. Trooper Leader might not be terrible, because if you do that Trooper Leader, it knocks the squad back almost a full segment of that movement tool. So it's not terrible to shoot the squad leader. And then that tarp hits him almost half of the movement. Alright, so placing over here. Able to see what looks like Han Solo. And yep, Han Solo indeed. Alright. 2 shots gonna ring out at Han Solo. Looks like it's only going to be light cover from the woods. Yeah, light cover from the woods. Oh, changing his target. I'll let you know in just a second. Heavy down to light. Oh, because of low profile. That's right, so his low profile brings those light woods up to heavy, and then back down because of sharpshooter. Rolling double hits on Han. So that'll just be a wound right to Han. And that, my friends, will be a... As Starscream's in the actual... I don't know. Screwtapes likes it too. That, my friends, will be a Hunter activated. Well, there was a Hunter activated on Veers, technically. I missed that one. Alright, Chewie activating. So, to answer the question, the cards that were ditched, if I can scroll up, that'll be the question. Nothing useful there. Can I scroll up? Yeah, there I can. Alright, so the ones that were ditched, we had Sabotage, Intercept, and Key. So Sabotage and Intercept were ditched. Clear was ditched down to Hostile. And I saw what the maps were. And I think one was the L bracket. I'd have to pull out the cards to remember what they were, to be honest with you. Alright, we're gonna see Chewie move. Again, he's gonna clip right through all this nightmare. And I think Starscream's pointing that out. Trying to point out that you can't clip through the terrain like that. So Chewie getting bogged down by his own troops here. Little bit of a traffic jam, trying to get through. And then he's going to just double move to take up position roughly behind Leia. Checking range for something or other. Some sort of unit thing that he wants to keep it up with. Alright, and that would be Chewie's completion. Alright, drawing from the stack again. Oh no, activating the tank instead. I figured you let the tank go last. Tank rolls on up. No rage on anybody. I say roll it up again. Why not? Not like anything can pin it. I say you roll it up one more time. I gotta rotate it before moving it. So that way it's sticking into the woods. The center point of the thing is sticking into the woods. And then that way, the tank will get cover. And yep, that sets him up perfectly for next round. The tank can sit here. I would honestly, well, he already moved, so he can't rotate it. Oh yeah, never mind. He rotated at the end of his last turn, moved, and then rotated it now. And yes, that's perfect. What you would do is you rotate it oh so slightly, so that way... I'd be a little cautious about that one. That seems a little aggressive. I would rotate it, yep, pretty much exactly as it sits currently. That way, basically nothing can get to its side arc. They'd have to get past these boxes to do so. And then it also covers them pretty handily from any approach on this side of the board. And that really sets up the tank perfectly for the next several turns. Its aim token wasted, sure, but, I mean, look at it. It's in a great position. It's going to have plenty of targets. Next turn's going to be a dream for it. Alright, so next up to activate. Rebels are going to need to pull from the stack. Snipers will keep their suppression. They will roll out. Probably try and get some line of sight into some things, but that tank is going to block a lot of line of sight. Man, if this sniper rolls out to the side here, all he can see is the tank. A tank not only doing a good job of now creating gigantic fire lanes for itself and being right on the enemy position, but also preventing any lines of sight from going back this direction. In basically, this whole area right here is now completely blocked from the rebel back field. Likely just going to place the model right in the center of this cluster. And there you go. Model successfully placed. Now what do you want to do with it is another question, because it can't see much beyond the tank. Yeah, pretty much everything can only see the tank. Like, look at how great this tank's position is. You have to come almost all the way out here to start to see anything. Any other things, it's going to be like, all this stuff can only see this tank and the building behind it. It is a great blocking feature right now. And I don't know if Starscream knew that was going to be the case, or if he just happened to walk into it and it just worked out that way. So where the sniper moves here, this gives him options. Now the sniper can see, because he can now see the pink troopers, he can see the sniper up here on this hill, way better than where he was before. Of course, the tank is always an option. Alright, going for the pink, or well, I guess it's purple, magenta, whatever. Alright, looks like he's gonna attack. Oh no! Looking like he's gonna try and shoot the sniper. That was back here. Looks like that was good enough. Accidental misclick. Target's still the same. Rolling out, we get ourselves 2 hits. That's enough for the sniper. That sniper is a goner. Swapping back to where the spotter is. Alright. I'm gonna see trooper unit be pulled out. They're likely gonna be double moved. Pretty much at this point in time, all the snipers have gone. Yeah, they've gone, they've gone, they've gone. Veers is gone. Bosk is just going to move. Stormtroopers are double moving to get behind the tank to use it as cover, which is a great idea. You still have a bunch of troopers over here that need to move, but that sniper's activated, that sniper's activated, and that sniper's activated. So I'm going to use this opportunity to go upstairs real quick and grab myself a tasty beverage. A ginger La Croix. So I shall be right back. This stream sponsored by La Croix, not really, because it's a Wegmans knockoff version, because I'm not buying it. So yeah, get myself the knockoff version from Wegmans. Be right back in 2 seconds. Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that. Needed to get something to drink because, I don't know, thirsty and my throat hurts. Ah, yeah. Again, this stream sponsored by Wegmans Ginger Sparkling Water. Not officially. Alright, so we're seeing some double movement. Just throw those troopers all the way over there. Likely can cohere them just right behind these crates. That way they can't be shot. And they have a decent position. Might be able to see that guy through this tank. The bush right where you'd want to be seeing. Yeah, they'd be fine. You're not going to be able to see them through these crates. They're going to do a good job of blocking. Tank can see the commander though, but kind of a waste. That guy's kind of exposed. So tank will be able to see two people at least. But I think Leia or Han is likely a better target for the tank. Just let the troopers roll out to you. They would have to double move to get to the side of the tank, and by then, these stormtroopers can just lay into them if they do so. That is the nice beauty about just escorting the tank with some stormtroopers, is you can move these stormtroopers pretty much right here, and then in order for the tank to get, or the troopers to get around to be able to hit the tank, they'll have to get lit up by the stormtroopers. So it kind of works out. And this is not as cold as I would have liked. Oh well. Alright, so, looks like we're getting a lot of, yeah, I guess you can put them there. Double moving the stormtroopers up, keeping pace with the tank. Alright. Looks like it's back to the rebels. We're going to see more troopers. I believe that's all we're going to see as troopers at this point from both sides. Rolling around this hill with authority. Not too sure where he's going to go yet, but I would likely double move. There you go. Well, they're going to have this nice tall grass providing light cover for them. They're going to be right out in front for that tank, though. But the tank will be shooting through, I suspect, heavy cover to get these guys. A little bit of, I guess, indecisiveness. There you go. Apparently still not happy with it. Tweaking it slightly, getting better positioning, likely to attempt to hide some stuff from the tank. Again, I'm not sure the tank wants to shoot these troopers this turn. That said, they can likely get side arc of this tank a lot easier, because its side arc comes out here, so they would need to only get past... Well, they might need to get past this objective, actually, to do anything. But again, with so many repair bots, I'm not too worried about the tank. There's going to be a lot of firepower going to the tank to do anything, while the stormtroopers can just roll around with it. I would suspect nothing is within range 4 of Bosk. Yep, So he's gonna have to move again. Or he's just gonna move once. Alright, so troopers. Finally, this squad getting out of here. And they'll probably, I think they'll move up as well. Oh, and there goes Leia. Clipping the, well, it's not clipping it, but that model's base would not technically be able to slide through there. This would have to come out more like over here, but you'd end up probably about here. There's very little difference. End result is this trooper group wants to end up back against this building. Again, forward cohere everybody up against the back of this wall, and it should be a good place for them. Alright, back to top of the turn, or top of the turn 2 here. Alright, looks like RipasMaster's gonna get a quick break. Everyone's removing suppression. Veers cannot. This sniper can, because he was touching that. Looks as though this guy maintains the suppression. Nothing really else. And they're going to take a minute real quick. And they've got a bit of time. 15 minutes is a long break. He only needs a minute to grab some water. Luckily they were playing while I grabbed mine, so it worked out. So, from their current positioning, I'll give it a nice top down here. We've got, as we zoom in slightly, there we go. We've got sniper, sniper, sniper. We have sniper, sniper, sniper. They're over here. Tank right here in the middle. You got Bosk. You have your repair mech, naked troopers who are never going to do anything else. DLTs, which could wrap around to help defend this flank of the tank. You can also bring up the repair group to help defend this thread of the flank as well, but again, well, you're crit fishing anyway. So, Leia's kind of left out to dry. Han is kind of left out to dry. The tank doesn't have that many solid options. There are a bunch of, like, onesies and twosies, but not a lot of, like, full squads. So you're not going to see it, like, full squad wipe anybody unless it decides to roll on up here and just lay into this trooper unit. Which, to be honest, it could. You roll up, face it this way, so that it rolls up and then angles here, and then angles go out here and here. You'll get this group in full, you'll get this group in full. But then again, that also allows them to start pushing around you. But again, this way of stormtroopers. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I think that initially we're going to see that the rebels are going to find themselves in a very difficult position this turn. I think whatever happens this turn will at least open up the door for them to figure out what to do. I suspect that for the Empire we would see maximum firepower isn't bad here. What else? Maybe laying in wait? Because it's early enough you're going to get a bunch of tokens. For the rebels, in all honesty, I think I don't know. Maybe to help stem the damage from the tank, you do Reckless Diversion. You could also do Change of Plans, just that way you can pair off the maximum firepower. But you also might want to wait till next turn to use it. Not too sure. It is the exact... oh, I was gonna say, was there any change? I thought it was the exact same. Didn't know he had an extra trooper that he threw in there. Alright, and there we go. We see Reckless Diversion like I thought. And Imperial Discipline instead. So you're going to see some recovers be placed out on the board. So Veers in 2 units. So Veers is going to clear his suppression. The other ones, the recovery's not going to make a difference. Nick had extra trooper upgrades on the squads. Okay, instead of the unupgraded squad. Okay, so what you see is it going for 11 activations as opposed to 10 with an extra dude. Kingsley, what did you think would be the better addition? An additional squad or an additional body per squad? I think an additional squad helps with objective play. But the problem is, do you need an extra body to absorb some fire? And I think the answer to that is like you just said. I think it's you want the additional squad to help with objective play and be another thing to deal with and another objective or another token out there. I agree. The recon intel, I think, is a little bit of a unnecessary thing. The hunter also, I think, is unnecessary, coming from somebody who's playing hunter snipers. I just kind of like hunter snipers, but I feel like they're a little unnecessary now that I've ran them. Now, through how many games in the group stage and single limb now, so... Yeah, it's great when you start firing at heroes and all, but in the grand scheme of things, that would be better spent on either a medic for me or a Z6 for RipasMaster, because that is 22 points. So yeah, you get that easily with dropping the 3 hunters for 18, and then the 3 recons that get you that Z6 right there, no problem. And then the list is actually pretty dope. Alright, looks like Han is going to activate. He is taking a dodge. And taking a move. Potentially... yeah, getting behind some cover from that tank so he doesn't get lit up, which makes sense. Don't want him to get just annihilated right off the bat. I get it. Oh, looks like they forgot to resume time. Likely only about a minute or 2 of time has elapsed, so not a big deal. Alright. Coming up blanks. So it looks like Veers gonna roll on up. Light cover here is considered open, so the infantry can just roll on through it without having to worry about it. Looks like Veers is gonna double move, get right behind the tank to give him some cover. Instead, he's going to Spotter, giving 1 to the blue squad and 1 to Bosk. Not a terrible choice, because now Bosk is going to have some range to do some things with. Alright. Activating some snipers up on the hill. We'll likely see his green squad stay available as a target for as long as possible. What you really want to do is have Leia give him the dodge, if possible. So I think with that said, I would have rather seen this activation go on to the guys here hiding behind this heavy cover, but is what it is. Alright, so sniper unit down at the bottom of the hill activating. They're going to take an aim and fire at the lone sniper over there. That is going to be heavy cover, that's down to light. Crit! That sniper is aced, so that is one activation down now for the Empire. One of their snipers being taken out. There are now still 2 single snipers available. Rebel player coming out ahead a little bit with the sniper game. Alright, so pulling sniper out of the stack. You could answer their sniper by activating the sniper and shooting at their lone sniper over here. That avoids having to hit these guys. Yeah, you just roll them up this hill right to here, and then you should be able to get a clear shot at this sniper. And you won't have to interfere with the Reckless Diversion group over here. But moving on this way, and you've already elected the sniper now. You're now stuck with the sniper. Looks like he's trying to get it so he can maybe only see the sniper. Again, I think he made the mistake of not activating the blue sniper, rolling him out and taking out this sniper over here, thus clearing not only an activation, but an unactivated sniper. I think that was a little mistake by the Empire player. Hopefully they review it and see that little mistake. That's this coming from a guy who made a ton of mistakes earlier, so I by no means hold mistakes against people, because when you're in the heat of the battle, sometimes you just don't see stuff. And that's what separates the Darklings from the world from the Kingsleys and Rihas of the world, is I don't see mistakes, I just kind of accept them, and they see mistakes and are able to avoid them. There you go, 2 hits coming out. Again, Reckless Diversion. Chewie taking it. So this sniper didn't follow the rules of the card. Should have had to fire at green troopers here. That is the other reason for activating that sniper. Alright, so looking to activate the tank, perhaps. Probably just checking lines of sight and or potential movement. Yeah, this angle right here is actually really wide. I don't think that this tank is threatened nearly as much as I thought it was going to be. I am god-awfully confused here at the moment. Looks as though the rebel troopers are going to shoot at the tank. Unless they're drawing lines of sight for things. Okay, so trying to shoot the Z6 basically. Z6 through there. You might as well shoot the standard officer as well. Maybe you can't see it. It's debatable. So hopefully Starscream remembers to flip over the tank, because he did not activate it. He was only checking ranges. Because currently it's showing as it has already activated, and that's not correct. That might be a little bit of an error on his part. Hopefully he remembers. If not, I can't say or do anything about it. I might actually step in if that's the case. Because that actually is, like, game-breakingly critical. Alright, so the Z6 squad rolling out. Repositioning so they can get some shots on the tank. They are still within. Yeah, looks like they got side arc now. Thanks to the commander. The fact that Starscream had to use his tank's token to determine where the angles are, and then he clicked end instead of flipping it back over. So it's currently face down when it should be face up. So it's one of those, he might not realize that he has not actually activated the tank. Oh, it was RipasMaster who did that. Okay. Got it. So RipasMaster activated it to see the arcs just so he could move his placement and then accidentally flipped it on his own. So it wasn't even Starscream who did it. Problem solved. Very easy. And the arc is actually comes out like past the crate here, I believe. Alright. Sniper able to activate. Looks like he's gonna roll out. And this is where I think we see a mistake made by Starscream by not activating this sniper first and taking a shot, eliminating this sniper. And in addition, again, this sniper taking a shot that shouldn't have been able to be made because of reckless diversion. But both players seem to ignore it, so whoops. That is one of those things where it's not really breaking a rule, that's on the players to remind each other about. Alright, and this guy has a beautiful shot right at Veers, so Hunter will be activated here. Gets an aim for Hunter. And destroys the aim. There you go. Gets a crit and a hit. In all honesty, is that in the open? Yep. Reroll, go for the crit. Because that is heavy. No, same result. Veers on 2. Alright. Back to the blue player. Gonna see activating some stormtroopers. Again, really need to be playing Reckless Diversion. Looks like he's measuring to see the distance so that way he knows if he can get in range or not of it. I think you're going to be a little hard-pressed to get range 3 to them. You likely can get range 4 and start using the DLT if you choose to. But again, you're going to need crits going through that terrain. Debating on activating the astromech group. You could be able to roll around this corner, take some shots there, thus blocking the line of sight to the... Well, if he moved out, he would still be able to see them. So that's the problem. Well, he'd have to move effectively. No, there's no way you could do it, because your range will always be to this guy, unless they're out of range. That'd be the one thing you could do. Alright, so Maroon, or activating. And look at this proper tool usage right here by the Empire player. Proper tool usage. Suppose only electing to use the speed 1 because the speed 2 would put them roughly here instead. And that does put you within range of Green and Han and nobody else. So you can DLT to your heart's content that way. However, well, electing to just move instead, so not going to fire. And that puts the stormtroopers onto the objective and in heavy cover. Also able to take advantage of the fact that they are, quote, in the heavy cover here in terms of their shooting. So they will not suffer the penalties of the heavy cover when they shoot. They'll suffer the light cover wherever they're shooting. And I just did air quotes like you all could totally see me. Alright, so we're gonna see another trooper unit activate. Alright, looks like it's gonna be this Z6 squad. Alright, nope, gonna be the one that's even closer. They're gonna move out. Looks like they're gonna go into the tall grass here. Maybe get some shots on the tank. The problem with the tank is, as a Rebel player, you really can't ignore it because your saves are not very good against the tank. As an Empire player, you can more successfully ignore the tank simply because you can always lean on your red saves. Looks like they're going to take some shots. Likely, yep, at the stormtroopers here. Z6 and all the pals is going to be through heavy cover. So looking for crits and at least 2 hits. So with that, you're seeing those 2 hits be dropped. However, 2 crits do go through. And stormtrooper saves, sometimes they're great. Other times, well, you see the result there. Alright, so with that, what I'll do is I'll edit this real quick on my editor. No. Right player list. Yes. So we'll just go by kill points at the moment, because the kill points are the important part. So he has 0 points killed right now. I do not have a way to strike through things that I'm aware of. So we'll just asterisk dead things. There we go. And then I will set up the kill scored there, which is what? Strike team is... Why do I not know this by heart? Alright, what is he activating before I do this? Alright, sniper. And I'll do this on the side here. So sniper looking like he's moving just oh so slightly, you get a shot. You have Leia, and again, you have this one dude here. Yep. Caught me looking at stuff, so rolls a hit and a surge. So a whopping nothing out of that. There we go. Points updated correctly. Because yeah, 28, 16, 44. That is correct. Alright. Thank you, calculator. That's why you were invented. Alright, so looks like we're going to see these snipers activate. They are electing to move, likely because they don't have a whole lot of shots. They do have the pink guys, but might not be their best choice. Looks like they might come out here and try and shoot the lone sniper over here to take yet another activation out of the pool. Yep. Excuse me. Looks like they're gonna try and take out the sniper. Looks like he's gonna get heavy cover from the crates. Need a crit or 2 hits. That will not do it. That'll just be a suppression. Alright, back to the Empire player. Getting another Stormtrooper group. Choices are going to be either blue or dark, blue or navy. He had already measured where 18 was, which 18 I believe was roughly here. They can, however, roll around. That'll be heavy shots if they go here. I think what you do is you move up close to the tank, you try and get these two guys and you shoot them. But I don't know if you'll have range, because that's pretty far. Big problem is reckless diversion. These guys are still an active target. As well they should be. Alternatively, you could just play the area denial game, stack all these stormtroopers against this building, and kind of just let them sit and kind of watch. You just kind of stagger them this way. Or heads up it. Stagger them like this way. And then this way, anything that rolls to try and get to this terrain, they just light up. Alternatively, you can also send them this direction as well, and stack them in the woods to try and get that many more bodies on the objective. That is another thing you could do. Now this light cover, again, completely open for troopers. Looks like he's gonna roll up. Likely just gonna get DLT shots by going here. So I guess the question is, do you roll up and just take shots at them and hope for the best? They have not activated yet, so you'll get a lot of return fire. So yep, it's going to be DLT shots, and they're going to be what I can only suspect are heavy DLT shots. Yep, looking for crits. And he is touching. I'd say they're probably meant to be touching. So they'll drop whatever suppression or a suppression. Oh, look at that! You get a crit through. Sometimes you get them. It helps. So you're going to see one of these guys need to make a save. They do not save on reds. And comes up blank, so that's one eliminated Rebel Trooper. Now it's back to the Rebels. They're going to go ahead and activate Chewie. Chewie will actually have some decent targets coming up. He just needs to get up to them. So you'll see Chewie, if he wants to sit back here to preserve the bounty on his head, he can, and he can just sit back here and start pulling shots from the snipers. However, that's a giantly expensive unit that you're just leaving over here doing nothing but pulling shots off the snipers. It'd be a very, very, very expensive version of a medic. And that is, they need to beat crits to go through, so you're relying on them rolling double hits to do so. So yeah, you're gonna see Chewie roll out. I'd suspect double move him, try and get him some cover behind this crate would be a good one. And it looks like that's exactly what's gonna happen. If nothing else, try and get him some cover from the woods. But I think if you're going through that area, you're gonna be pretty well hidden behind those crates. We'll see. Oh yeah, Chewie's gigantic, so no. That's not gonna help because you can see his head clearly. So yeah, Chewie's head can still be lit up by the tank. But he needs to get up there and he needs to go in anywhere near combat because otherwise he's kind of meh where he's at. Alright, so off to the Empire side of the board. Yeah, so I would suspect Chewie next turn can come here to hide, or just start flanking completely. He might have to double move his way around to get to the flanks and start chewing at the troopers that way. Looks like Bosca's gonna move up. He will likely have range 4 to Chewie. We'll find out momentarily. That is, if that's what Bosca's going for, instead of going for, like, the mint-colored troopers right here. Looks like he only has range to the mint-colored troopers. Okay. Well, that's convenient enough. He does have an aim, so that will at least help him a bit. Checking Reckless Diversion, just out of line of sight, as well as just out of range. He can clearly not see them, so... Alright. Throwing some shots at the mint troopers. I guess they're trying to debate who he can see. I think the answer is that one dude. Wow. Wow. That is a hell of a rollout. Rolling right into 4 crits like that, I mean, to dismantle a singular person, that's incredible, but wow. You want to talk about a great roll. That's a damn good roll. I mean, again, as you guys can totally see me raising my hand up and being like one singular dude, but Bosk murdered the living daylights out of that one dude. I will give him that. Alright, so Leia removing suppression. Good call there because that trooper unit is yet to activate, so that's perfect. She's going to roll up, and she is deadly with shooting. So if she can get close enough range, she'll just start picking people apart. So I think you want to double move her to keep her safe this turn, and then next turn you roll out and just start lighting people up. Because currently she's in range 4, and that is a wee bit dangerous. Yeah, I think you roll her up, hide her behind this building, and then next turn start popping her out and probably start working your time on the magenta troopers here. Maroon troopers. That way you don't have to be threatened by the tank. If you can get within range 2. And yeah, you'll just dismantle them. So it looks as though the tank is going to activate, going to take an aim, and it looks like it has to shoot at green, which is perfectly fine. They're going to go down to... they're at heavy cover. What looks like it's available is potentially 1, 2, 3, 4 people. This one definitely can't be seen. This one, it's up to the troopers, or the players. Let them decide. You're missing one more white there. There you go. Wow, that's not a bad rollout. Starscream on a freaking crit fire right now. Oh! Oh, and answered right back are the rebels with the nope. What does one say to the Lord of Death? Not today, my friends. Not today. Alright, so, pulling the trooper stack, it's going to be the... I guess these guys over here, the Z6s that have not activated yet, that Leia cleared the suppression off of. Now you can move a little bit more without fear. Sploosh, everyone wishes that their boss could roll whites like that. Let me just roll out here and just throw a bucket of dice at you. Oh, look! 4 nat, well, not nat crits, but 4 surge crits. Don't even have to reroll. But again, murdering a singular dude. Cohering the units a little bit forward, but also likely just to get line of sight, but also preserve some cover. And it looks like they're going to target purple. They have the range. Might as well pile on. Try and take them out. Alright, so you're going to see Z6 plus 3. Let's see what he can do. Ouch. A crit, and that's all you get. And stormtroopers make it, so a suppression, but they are not really phased by it too much. Alright, so we're going to see the troopers activate, the blue troopers. They're going to go ahead and move out. They do have a name token, so they can use the DLT if they so choose to shoot at the same green squad that was shot at by the tank. However, it's going to be heavy, so they're going to be looking for crits. Alright, so, taking their shots. One guy kind of got left behind. What can you do when you roll crits? Not bad. Alright, trying to block him? Unable to, so green taking another loss, but with the amount of fire that green absorbed, that's not horrible losses, like, at all. The tank eliminated 1, DLT eliminated 1. In the grand scheme of things, looks as though the rebels are coming out slightly ahead. Well, a lot ahead. Their positioning currently is terrible, but in terms of attrition, they're certainly winning the attrition war. And being a nice game of positions, it's a slow game. You don't have to win on turn 2. So you just set yourself up for a turn 6 win by just taking them down, working the things, and then get off to it. Good luck on your propulsions exam, Luke. Alright. Checking ranges on things, because the naked troopers are moving out. Looks like they are moving forward. Indeed, Sploosh. One might think that in a game of positions, there are some that are key positions. Alright, so, with the puns, we're gonna see these guys, if they're moving 1, they're gonna move into the woods. If they're moving 2, they can move into the tall grass. What are they gonna do? Looks like they're just moving straight ahead into the tall grass. They'll be in range 3 of these troopers when they reactivate. Alright, so the double move accomplished. Alright. Green will finally activate. And they get to pull all their suppression off. So, fully able to activate any way they choose. They do not have range to anybody currently. They'll have to move to get it. Looks like trying to decide where he wants to go. But finding a good place in the field of grass. That Z6 getting in the action. They're going to attack likely Maroon Squad again. Going to see a Z6 plus 2. Rolling out 2 nice crits through those woods. One saved, one did not. Stormtroopers down to just the DLT and the commander. Looking like they're getting a little thin. And I believe that is it for turn 2. On to turn 3. Remove your suppression. So 1 will come off of the Maroon. And then I believe that's it. I don't believe anyone else has any suppression on them. That's very, very simple. That works. Rebel player taking a quick minute. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the board state. Down a sniper, that puts the Empire down at 9 activations, while the Rebels maintain their 11 currently. You do see 2 individual snipers here and here, versus the sniper party, or the single sniper down here, and the group of snipers here and group of snipers here. You do see 1 rebel group here, 2 rebel groups, 3 rebel groups, 4 rebel troop groups up here, supported by Han, Leia behind the building, Chewie over here near the woods with the 4 rebel troopers down here. Supporting the tank in the center, we have 2 repair groups as well as Bosk. The naked troopers likely never going to leave their position back here. Veers sitting here at the ready. I would suspect that for this, we'll see... I would like to see maximum firepower is probably a good one before things get too close, as well as reckless diversion would be, or not reckless, change of plans would be a great one to basically nullify maximum firepower. Notorious Scoundrels instead. So you're gonna see, reckless diversion be pulled back into the hand of the rebel player. Alright, so pulling reckless diversion back in to help in the later stages. We're going to need to really be paying attention to different things. Not a bad pull whatsoever. Stop flipping them on me. Alright, so Han and Chewie getting their activations. Rolling suppression off Veers, he does. Veers is going to go ahead and move, get where he wants to go. Likely take an aim via spotter and lay down some maximum firepower on some people. Could be going for snipers. He does actually have both snipers that he can see. He just slightly moves over this way. From where he's at, he can see both snipers. Be a pretty easy activation to kill off. Yep, going for the snipers like I thought, likely going to be heavy cover. Well, it has to be. But due to sharpshooter, it'll go down to light. And of course, aim's gonna help, and he surges into crits. So there's 2 crits. You might as well use your aim. And reroll those 2 red. Well, gonna keep it at 3. Wow. Wow. Those snipers just said nope. And maximum firepower completely negated. That was incredible. That was probably the one move that the Empire could have made, Starscream could have made to really bring it back into parity in terms of keeping pace with tokens. And it just was like a world of nope. Nice. Dumping the salt. Dumping the salt all over the place. That was a brutal, brutal roll that made a huge world of difference. Screwtape's doing the math. Roughly a 4% chance of rolling all those blocks. And you know what happens? Screwtape, I think you need to look at Han Solo and a phrase that he would say to a particular gold shiny metal robot while in the cockpit of the Falcon. And I think that is the correct response to that. Apparently apparently the movement template was like lost under the terrain piece. They were able to find it eventually. Alright, looking like they're going to roll out, head straight towards the woods. They're in an interesting position here where they can fire at the tank or try and eliminate purple. Purple's a good choice because they're now within range 3. Well, are they though? I think the answer is no, they are not actually in range 3. Tank is an option. Now they're in range 3. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a range 2 band. So yes, they're well within range 3. I'm clearly doing a lot of drugs if I thought that that was the very edge of range 3 for whatever reason. Alright, so moving everybody around, getting everybody into the weeds so that they have plenty of range and can likely start taking out. I would assume you go after Maroon to finish off that activation. But it looks like instead, going for the Stormtroopers, supporting the tank. Probably a good chunk of them are available to be seen. Giant rollout here, through heavy cover. Getting 2 crits. And an extra 2 through for the hits. Yikers. The saves have turned to the light side of the Force. As 3 Stormtroopers fall. That is a moment of yikes right there. The Empire getting hurt by their own saves at this point, well as the Rebels are coming up all Millhouse. So, gonna try and activate or remove the 2 suppression off of Magenta. No luck there, but still within range of Veers to keep them going. Looks like they will come out and just shoot. Unless he chooses to move. Alright, shooting the green troops here. Three hits, that's not terrible. Depending on how they play it, it should be 2. That does look correct. Okay, they are playing it correctly. Alright, and then there you go. 2 wounds going through. You're going to see down to just the unit leader. So down to a single model there. These troopers, no need to move. They can take an aim and a fire. Or if they choose to, they can move just to get better positioning. If they want to take out purple, or if they want to come over here and try and take out blue. They have some options. I still think your best bet is to probably eliminate purple, get activations off the board. Might be attempting to try and get better lines of sight onto blue here to try and take them out, including the droid, because otherwise shooting that tank is roughly irrelevant. So yeah, getting both of blue's units there. We have an hour and a half left on the clock. Tank has been ineffective, to be honest with you. Hoff, it's been, it rolled once, it's only had one turn of shooting so far, and the rebels blocked it. Like, I think 3 or 4 went through because of heavy terrain, and they ended up, getting 1 hit goes through, by the way, to these guys. And I think the rebels blocked all but 1. So, a little bit of bad luck. And it looks as though the Empire lost the DLT. Yeah, it looks like the DLT is now gone. Alright. Trying to activate blue. Unable to remove that suppression. Going to move quite far away. They're going to run. Not panic, but they're just going to run to get out of dodge. Taking cover behind the tank so as still to preserve the activation, or the activation. Pretty much going to be the end of that unit. And then back to the stack for the Rebel player. Getting tongue-twisted here, as I'm trying to do multiple things at once. I suppose they're just checking things, because it looked like that unit moved and that was the only activation it could do. Checking some distances for things. Looking as though Ripas is checking to see the distance for the stormtroopers for range 3. In order to get there, likely have to wrap around the crates here. And activating troopers. Looks like they're going to need to roll suppression first. Well, maybe he's not activating them. Maybe he wants to activate the Naked Squad instead. So they're just going to take an aim and fire. Looks like they're going to fire at Magenta. Or Maroon, whatever I've been calling it. And we'll see them roll out, just the 4 blacks. And 2 crits go through. With the aim, gonna re-roll those 2. See if you can't roll into more crits. No dice, but hey, better than something. It's turn 3 currently. Alright, blocking 1, losing the DLT though. He maximum firepowered this sniper unit here, and that sniper unit that I'm circling now managed to just, completely block all the shots. Because the tank is not activated yet for turn 3. First turn it double moved, second turn it aimed and fired. Has not activated yet. Alright, so we've seen this sniper aim and fire. It's an International Diced Day. I'm not going to say you're wrong, that is for sure. Looking to take out the snipers, because they're both available targets. Gets a crit, and a hit. Looks like they're debating how the terrain's going to work for them. Yeah, I believe it's heavy cover. Apparently he's saying he can only see one of them. I thought that he could see both, to be honest. Alright. So what do we got going on now? Still have Chewie, still have Han, still have Leia. these snipers were pulled. The solo sniper. And still have these two snipers over here as well. So unable to drop his suppression. Gonna aim and fire. I suppose going to attempt to take out Veers. Using Hunter. He'll get 2 aims. So good thing he has an aim. Alright. 2 hits. That will be a wound. So Veer's already on 3 now. Suppression's starting to tick up. Looks like these troopers are going to activate. They do have plenty of targets who have not activated yet. However, there are plenty of really strong heroes available to activate and can potentially be pretty damaging. Alright, going to hide behind the building, it looks like. Or at least position in a way that they have a little bit of line of sight to, yeah, it looks like they're going for orange. So they're going to position the troopers. Yep, kind of in an angle like I thought, as to preserve or protect them. Looks like trying to get some people out just so they can see more targets. Looks like the only people that they... No, you can see the... I don't think you can see this one dude here. I think that one dude is safe. That is not heavy. That is light. From the grass. Unless they're suppressed. That is an option. Yeah. 2 and heavy. That's right. Ah, the third guy has no cover unless it reduces. I don't know how that works. I honestly have never really thought about this. With 2 guys in heavy, 2 guys in light, and 1 out in the open, yeah, I believe it goes to heavy. I believe that is correct. You always get the benefit of the... Yeah. I believe you do get the benefit of the terrain when you're the defender. Well, getting a crit through. And enough hits to get at least 1 more. Takes 1 guy out. So taking a guy out of the light. That way he'll be definitely favored in the heavy. Alright, so now we get to see the rebels activate again. Snipers are going to activate. We have the singular sniper here with 2 suppression on them. Try and roll them off. Able to get one of them off, so able to use 2 actions. So you'll likely see an aim and a fire. I suspect at... Oh, at Veers. Can you see Veers? I can't get down low enough. I don't know if he can? Yeah, Veers can see him. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Veers hit him with, what am I thinking? Of course he can do that. It only makes sense. Alright, hit goes through. So we're going to see some re-rolls here. Try and get that double hit. Got that crit, so now you might as well spend it to try and get that other crit. Nope. Crit and hit. Viva Brazil or Viva Tank? I think you just go Viva anything at this point. So far, I'd say the tank is untouched. The Empire has lost a sniper unit, and they're thinned on both the DLT squads here. And then on the Empire, and the Rebel side, you just see a thinned Z6 squad, couple solo snipers, and a couple onesies and twosies. Alright, so activating a trooper unit. Likely needs to be... Okay, the single dude. I forgot about single dude who's in here. You have single dude and Mint left. Trying to roll off that suppression. Unable to. It is turn 3, and it's an hour and 24 left. Alright, so single dude's going to run away. He is likely going to be the new objective person. Because, well, what else can you do with a single dude? Alright, so tank looking like he's going to activate. Tank is rotating, now in heavy cover. Plopped himself dead on the objective. He's got his choice of targets. And of course he will also have the suppression gun available to him, which I think is the better option. Can see Han. That is an option. There's plenty of other troopers. He has given his side arc to Chewie and these troopers and the sniper. Sniper has activated though. Chewie has not, nor has these troopers. So that's going to really open up the tank to some wounds, but I suspect he's just trying to go for it at this point and is going to allow the tank to take some hits, especially with 2 full astromechs available. Alright, looking like he's going to go for the gray troopers. Will it be the suppression or the pintle? I think it's going to be the... Yep, suppression. Alright, rolling out. 1 crit, 3 hits. Should be down to 3. And 1 save. Tank only taking out 2 dudes, but 2 more suppression. Alright, Tank seemingly ineffective this game so far, dealing a whopping 3 wounds after 3 turns. So really not making its points as we had thought that it would, but Rebel saves have been absolute fire right now. Alright, looks as though the Z6 squad here is going to activate. And they are able to activate with both actions. They still need to roll 1 more. Because there is 2 suppression. Unless they missed it. Yep, I guess they didn't know that he had 2. Alright, so instead, they just get a single action. Which might actually... Ooh, the tank is within 3, but can they see the tank? I think the answer is yes. They could probably see it. I can't seem to get my mouse down anymore. And they are on the side arc of it. But it is heavy. Yep. No Z6 available here. Apparently they're saying 1 person can't see it. And all come up blank. Dice suddenly have disappeared from the Rebel side, and now we get to see a draw from the Empire. Gonna be a sniper unit activating. Blue over here. Gonna move up. He will have a great shot on the solo sniper over here if he wants to take it. Which he should have taken many, many, many turns ago. Alternatively, he can go and take out that 1 individual dude. Which it looks like that's what he's doing right now. Rolling out. Getting a hit. Not enough. Well, he might actually have him. I don't think he's light. I mean, I don't think he's heavy. Well, that's what they decided, but I don't think that he's heavy. I think he'd be light terrain, or light cover. Oh, he had a suppression on him. I didn't know he had a suppression on him already. Okay, never mind. That would explain why. Alright, so Sniper's activating over here. They're going to aim and fire. Back at the orange highlighted guy. Trying to eliminate yet another Sniper. Two hits, that's enough. That will eliminate another sniper unit. And so with that, down to 8 activations now. And a couple very thinned squads. The Empire looks like they're losing the attrition game, but their positioning is not bad though. So it's still enough going on that there's plenty of options. So I'll go ahead and update the score. We're at 88. And scroll down to another set of snipers. Asterisk to them. And there we go. Alright. Bosk rolling out. Try and shoot the orange squad. Well, not so lucky. Yikes. A singular one going through. Which will automatically kill one. The dice are not doing great. I mean, it's been back and forth though. There's been a couple of like really high swings on both sides, followed by really low swings on both sides. So I don't know. I don't think that there's any like major favoring right now. And it looks like Leia is up next. Looking like she's going to try and get out of the arc. Inspiring 2 off of Orange. Leia could move, get pretty much right here, likely have range to the tank, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Then she can just fire right into the side of the tank.
No doubt. I got the flavor.
And yep, that looks like that is perfectly enough range. And it's at the side arc, so it's going to be impact with sharpshooter and pierce. So 2 hits, 1 becomes a crit, no save allowed. So, first wound on the tank. Han is up next. I don't believe red player has anything left. No, the Empire has activated everything. So Han, or Chewie. Chewie is up, I suppose. Chewie has some options here. He wants to be in close combat, however, he totally can roll around the side of this tank and do some serious damage to it as well. Yeah, I would probably move him up to get within range 3. And then not only do you have side, so I'll move your impact up to 2, but you have Pierce 1 as well. And it's a start. So Chewie can clearly see the tank from there, as well as be pretty well covered by the crates where it's currently at. Looks as though the rebels are starting to slowly make their advance here. Now they've thinned out quite a bit. And I think you're right. I think you're right, Dubois, that the positioning for brains and brawn is about as good as you're gonna get this game. 2 crits going through, Pierce 1. Tank gets cover, so only 1 wound going through. The natural crit's the only one that matters because the yeah, they negated it. They didn't bother to roll save because the one that converted up to a crit wouldn't have converted before or until after terrain negated that die. So they did it correctly where they only applied 1 wound. The center trees are heavy. Center trees are heavy, these trees over here are heavy, and that's it. Oh, these trees over here are also heavy. Han shooting the tank. Looking for crits, which he gets 1. Rerolling the red die again. Nothing. Pierce 1 though. So 3 wounds on the tank from each of the heroes. Tank already at 3/8. Little over a quarter damage. Little less than a half. It's almost like there's a fraction in between. Now it looks like that is turn 3, now it's up to turn 4. Suppression is removed from Maroon. Veers is likely not touching anything, so he's gonna keep it. Looks like blue over here is going to keep theirs as well. Yep, tank and heavy means you're having to go for natural crits. Reckless again and lying in wait. So Bosk will sit here and stack up some aims while we see Han put a token on somebody so that they're the ones who have to get shot at. And it looks as though he's going to put it all the way down to these troopers down at the bottom where they're already in some pretty decent cover. Alright, drawing snipers as their other... I guess they're drawing the snipers as their first activation? Because Bosk obviously gets his. Alright, so yeah, he's drawing snipers as his activation. Likely to aim and fire. Or no. He should remove one. He's on a piece of terrain. I'll let them debate that. But, in theory, he should. Because he's on top of the hill, which is a piece of terrain. So he is effectively touching terrain. So it looks like he's aiming and firing at Veers. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. Aim and fire at Veers, who already has 3 wounds. Or 4 wounds. Ooh, this could kill Veers. Well, there's one nice thing about a lot of aims. And there you go, rolls the crit. Veers is gone. So Veers is 80, 90 points. So now I need to update this to say 174. Alright, removing some suppression off of the blue group. Looks like they are going to charge up to get within range to heal the tank. Healing the tank up. All good there. So something of note, the Rebels have yet to lose a singular squad. That is actually kind of huge. So they're still rocking at 11 activations, where Starscream is now down to 7 activations. That's going to be a huge difference. Chewie's activating. He can aim and fire this turn, and then again, this will set up next turn for Brains and Brawn as well. So he's going to aim and fire at the tank, I suppose. Ah. Sharing tokens with Han. Firing at the tank. He will have impact too, but is shooting into heavy cover. That is 3 that hit. 1 is the only one that goes through. 1 point of damage back onto the tank. Alright. Drawing from the stack. We see Starscream get snipers. Alright. Firing at the yellow troopers, or not yellow, they're mint. Likely going to be an aim and fire. Crit and a hit. That's good. If they have an aim, you might as well roll the crit again, but maybe maybe he's not aiming. He's probably going to move afterwards. Yep, looks like that's exactly what he's doing, is he's moving. Aimed, fired, moved. You really should have shot the sniper that's back here again to remove a activation as well as another unit, especially a sniper unit. Shooting the mint troopers, really in the grand scheme of... Oh, he had to because of... I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Reckless diversion meant he had to. So, sniper was drawn. The single guy is going to activate. Looks like he's going to shoot at the tanks. I believe it's the front arc. Well, might be the side arc. Yeah, it's probably the side arc now. Ah, nope, it's the front arc. Well, no, it's one of those things where you're aiming... okay, so instead he's going to try and shoot at the available squad. So aiming and firing at the blue squad. Oh, no brain and brawn. Interesting. Well, that would solve that problem now, wouldn't it? And he's right. It would effectively be as good as shooting the tank because you're removing a wound. Gets his crit out. Does not get both. Takes out the repair droid though, so that's effectively one wound on the tank. Down to 2 commanders now. Light blue can activate. They have no suppression on them. They can move up to try and heal the tank, as well as they can aim and fire. I think at this point, you might be better off moving and firing, to be honest. Just because you can't... Well, it's... Alright. He's going for these 2 guys in the heavy cover again. It was all heavy cover this time. Gets a crit in, and one of those hits get pushed through. Blocks 1, takes 1. So again, with the Rebel saves really not being too terrible. Z6 was capped because the other guy could not be seen, because he's way back here. So, Rebels are starting to look a little thin on a lot of their squads. The heroes are still sitting high and mighty. Imperials are kind of getting a little hurt. They have 2 guys over here that are just single-manning it. Naked Squad is still doing a thing. Down to a singular sniper. Bosk is still completely valid of a target. Alright, going with the green troopers here, the 4-man naked squad. Going to aim and fire at the last purple guy, again, trying to take him out. Needing crits or hits, a lot of hits. He gets 2, but reroll. Pushes 1 through. Ooh, and again, Stormtrooper saves are just not there today, as another Stormtrooper group is gone. So that's a 44 point with the DLT. That's rough. 68 more points on top of the 178. So we're looking at 246 now. We're seeing Leia activate. Alright, Leia clearing suppression, aiming and likely firing at the tank. And it looks like 1 crit went through, she surges to a crit, and then the other one is blank. So 2 hits coming through. I believe the tank needs to make a save for this one, or for one of them. And makes 1, fails 1, but because of Pierce, that first one that was made is ignored. So tank now up to 5. 1 more wound and is going to get into the damaged state. Tank is activating. Aiming and firing at Han Solo, because he has not yet. Oh, reckless diversion. He has to. Firing the pintle. This is the correct die pool. Should be okay. Rolls real nice. That's 6 hits at Han. He switched to the suppressive weapon. 6 hits on Han. I believe he should get 5 of them. Yep, that's what they're doing. 4, yeah, because of low profile. That makes sense. Should be 4 saves. Han making them, being able to reroll, completely negates the tank's firing. Han just says no to... The tank is just unable to do anything as he fires on Han, and just Han ignores all the damage coming in. Not screw tapes. Starscream has to be pretty frazzled by that one. That is a huge, like, just swing that is nothing going his way. Alright, so pulling a trooper unit now. The 2-man unit. Taking an aim and an attack against the tank. Or against the... oh, going against light blue. I want the tank to be so good, but this game is showing me just like... I mean, to be fair, the Rebel player, Ripas, is just like killing it with his saves. I'm shocked how the tank's only done 3 damage. And I believe Hofberger is Hofburger, I think you're right. Alright, so, shooting at the lone blue dude. Two coming in. Rerolling for cover, trying to get a crit. Does not get a crit, so just suppression. I think Hoff is correct. I think that the base tank is fantastic. You just take the, what do you want to call it? Yep, he should have 6 aims. You take it with the commander who gives you the aim token every time you move. And that's pretty much really good. And you just drive up to get within range too and start firing away. It's great at a terrain platform. It gives you heavy cover, basically. Alright, firing all the shots at Han. Han's gun sticking out. Sploosh saying that he doesn't like the tank because it doesn't have Pierce. I tend to agree. You don't get... Not even a guaranteed wound at that high points kind of sucks. So, 1 crit so far. Two more natural crits out of that one. Now you start re-rolling the red and the white. Can he roll any more? Not yet. 2 more. There's the red crit. Now you're just looking for a surge or a crit on 2 more rolls. And there you go. 4 natural crits, which is phenomenal. And 1 surge to a crit. Han, so far, blocking 3. Wow. Han taking 1 point of damage. Wow. Yeah. Salt all day long. Just kick the salt shaker all over the board. The salt explosion. That has got to be incredibly demoralizing, seeing Han just shake off all of the tank shots, shake off all of Bosk's shots, and after all of that suffer a singular wound. That is goddamn brutal. And you're right, Hoff, you can't get salty at RNG. RNG is how things work out. Alright. Unable to rally off those 2 suppressions, so just gonna get a activation. And Zyconia, the game that I had with Hoff earlier, it's actually a pretty exciting game, if you want to watch it. It is a crash course in how RNG makes all the difference in the world. Hoff had fantastic strategy. I just got stupid lucky with dice that like helped buffer a lot of the critical errors that I made.
Hello there.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. Much appreciated. Thanks for the follow, Grave. Alright, getting an activation is going to be the single dude who's still somehow alive. Rolling up blanks, so it looks like he's going to get to activate with a singular movement. We'll likely see him backpedal into the woods. Taking control of this territory here. Alright, next up, we still have these troopers and Han to activate. as well as snipers. Yeah, Sploosh, those Han rolls are crazy good. I cannot believe that Han has shook off all of the tank shots hitting him, all of Bosk's shots hitting him, and just nothing has happened. I believe Endless and Garn are playing right now? Yeah. So if you want to dual stream it, here is a link you can use. There's a link. I believe that's it. I believe that's the link. Han having to ditch all his crazy suppression. Oh yeah, and Boss took a wound from the snipers. Han dropping 2. Han, old buddy, with his courage of 2, is going to get a singular action. He might have run had he not saved or done so well, but he did. Alright, shooting the tank. Throwing out 2 reds, looking for crits, naturally. And he gets a crit. The tank now enters damage state. Rolling to see what happens with the tank. Damaged, so just has to roll to see if he gets 1 or 2 activations. Alright, ditching the 2 suppression off of the Mint Troopers. Looks like they're going to take a shot at Bosk. Maybe? Oh, so Blue Squad was eliminated by the snipers, not Bosk. So Bosk should not have that wound. Blue, another unit down. Now you're looking at what? So it's 68 normally, and then 9 for the droid. So you're looking at 77 for them, plus the 264 from earlier. So it's 323 now in favor of the Rebels. This is quickly getting out of control here in terms of losses. Anything is still possible. There's always still game to be played. There's always still options. But it is quickly becoming more and more of an uphill battle. I'm looking at 323. And there we go. That is now updated. Still scoreless on the Empire side of the board. Mint moving up, getting shots at Bosk. $50 minutes left, roughly. And they are on turn 4 currently? Yes. Bosk saves. one of them. Unable to save the second. Boss t-shirt saves actually do come out sometimes. The white saves have been incredible today, apparently. Not so much anybody else. He has not rampaged yet. There's been plenty of salt, but no rampaging. I think rampage is an option. He hasn't played it yet. I suspect it'll be this turn. Oh, he's doing push instead. Then change of plans. Oh, so change of plans maybe as a bait to get change of plans. So Bosk being the commander, he can, with push, he can activate the tank, as well as the stormtroopers. However, again, change of plans can be, this could be bait. So yep, now I likely suspect you'll see Reptilian Rampage. I think that was the play, was to bait him with push. And there you go, Reptilian Rampage, and sorry about the mess. So Bosk here does have himself some options. I think you ignore the heroes at this point, you go to clear units. Boss could take the wound and move to here. Take out 6. Take out... yeah, take out the black, take out the green. Have the tank take out these two here. Have the stormtroopers roll up and take out these two. And I think that puts you in a hell of a good position. However, all these snipers are still available. There's still plenty of game left. Trying to rally Han. He does not. He's gonna aim and fire though. Yep, looks like he's targeting the tank. What are we gonna see? He surges to crits, doesn't he? He does surge to crits. Must have rolled a hit. And a hit, so 1 goes through. So 1 wound on the tank, 1 wound left. Activating the troopers is not what you need. Ah, triple move into the end zone. You could do that. You can move here. Move here, and then move. Yeah, he can move all the. He could cross the entire board and get to this this woods here. That said, there's still a unit here that can move back, and then Bosk's not really going to be able to do much. Well, he still has another turn, so he could run up and melee that one dude, I suppose. Yeah, it's key positions. Not breakthrough. If it was breakthrough, yeah, he could just haul ass. Yeah, breakthrough, I think Bosk just bolts, and then you just eat the fire on him. Bunch of shots come out at these guys. 1 goes through. Takes out the Z6, leaving a singular dude. I think Bosk can finish off quite a few units. And I believe one wound is coming off the tank because of the droid. Which makes sense. Alright, firing the squad here, the Mint squad, into the blue troops here. They're going to get light cover. Three shots. One goes through, the crit. Rerolling with aim. No dice. And no save. Yikes. Sad to say, the dice odds have been really horrible for Starscream here. And it looks like the saves for Ripas has been off the wall. So the tank activating, getting a singular activation here. You need to pop one of these guys, I think. Oh, there was two in that squad. Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, that's 4 hits. Down to 3 for cover. How's it 2? Unless they have a suppression on them, don't they? Should be one more, I think. Alright. I think they just did that right. So, both are dead. That does eliminate a Z6 unit. So finally we're going to see a Z6 unit of, what, 40... So 62 points. And Leia's activating. She'll likely shoot the tank. I would say aim, shoot the tank. Alright, yep. Shooting the tank at the side. She's looking for crits. Or surges. Doesn't get a lot there. Going to re-roll these two. Alright. So one of those does convert up to a crit. So that'll be a point of damage on the tank. Tank is 1 hit away from death at the moment. Drawing sniper unit. Back here, he can either pop that sniper way back there, or attempt to shoot somebody. If he moves over here, he can probably get sight lines to not a lot of people. He could move over this way and get sight lines to these guys. Moving there, shooting at the sniper. Through a bunch of heavy cover. Just a hit, that's a suppression. No sniper luck today there. Alright, pulling trooper unit. Looks like they're debating what to do. Looks like they're going to aim and fire at the tank. Or move and fire at the tank, probably. Try and get to its side arc and take it out. Nope. Looks like they're actually going to push to try and make sure that they capture the center territory, no problem. Firing at the tank. Yikes, gets a crit through. Oh, and the tank fails. Oh no, I'm sorry, you're shooting at the troopers in the light cover. Okay. They should have had heavy. Oh, yeah, but he rolled 4. Yep, so down to 2. 2 stormtroopers are dead from that, which is astronomically huge. They're down to now 3 models. Quickly, things are just dying. Dodge and standby back here. Or they're just going to take a dodge and move out. Alright. Another trooper unit. You got the single guy right up front. Trying to roll off his suppression. Nope. He'll get a singular activation because of distance to Leia. And Han. Bosk is it to activate. That is it. So taking a dodge. Interesting. Trooper unit that is dead. So now it's Bosk. Well, looks like Bosk is trying to decide what to do here. Looks like he's gonna move out. Probably take the wound to do so. Move into the terrain, so it does give him an option. Because these guys had moved out, I would honestly say shoot this guy. And also shoot maybe this guy? Try and clear some people off of objectives is what you gotta do. I think that's the important part right now. Alright, shooting at the green guy. Gets his crit. That guy is dead. So that's another 62 point addition. And firing again. At them, okay. At the team of 4. We see 2 crits. Killing 2 guys. Alright, next up, it's going to be all Rebel. Empire is out of troops to activate. There we go, I've updated that. So snipers, they're going to move, or they're going to aim, take a shot, likely at Bosk. They can see the droid, they could shoot the droid if they wanted to. I think I would shoot the droid instead. coming in, you get a crit. Nothing. Another crit. Nothing. So, just a crit on Bosk. That's one more wound on Bosk. He's now enraged. Next sniper unit. Double moving to replace the ones that were lost earlier. Good call. Oh no, he's gonna fire at Bosk. Just a hit, which is irrelevant because Bosk is in heavy terrain. Rolling for that second hit and surges into that second hit. So it's gonna be a fourth wound on Bosk. Chewie is up next. Chewie at the side arc of the tank likely can finish it off. And Chewie is not worried about whether it's front or side, because he has Pierce 1 and Impact 1. So as long as he scores enough hits to negate the cover, because I don't believe he has Sharpshooter, he does not. Unless he's going to try and take out the troopers. Trying to get the perfect angle. Getting the side of the tank. Oof, there you go. Dead tank. Crits all that matters. 2 crits. Again, doesn't matter. I think that is likely game there. Let's see what can be done here to make up for this. So these guys can come crash the party here with Bosk. They could kill them. Bosk could kill, well, Bosk could Dioxis charge, kill these two. Han can move up, he can move up. I think the biggest problem is they're going to come around here and capture this one. I think even if it... I think that no matter what, unless some mistakes are made, I think Starscream is against the wall with this one, sadly. I think that is definitely going to pull off in RipasMaster's favor, but we'll see how it goes. Still have some options left. Looks like the sniper's going to pop a shot at Bosk again. I don't know, trying to pop the sniper. At this point I'm going to stop tracking points, because I think it's roughly irrelevant. Sniper unit removed. All that's left is Bosk and 2 trooper units, which is brutal. Alright, final turn. This will go actually pretty quickly, I imagine. Just because there's not a lot left on the board. I would suspect Dioxis Charge is going to come out. I have no idea what the Rebels are going to play. Dioxis against No Time for Sorrows, so they get a speed 1 move whenever they're issued an order. That'll actually be likely to save some people here. Alright. These troopers getting theirs, they're going to activate and do their speed 1 move. They're going to actually backpedal to preserve themselves from getting Dioxis charged. And then the second one is going to be these troopers over here. They're going to do their speed 1 move. Looks like they're going to go and hop. This is the last turn, Sploosh. Looks like they're going to hop around here, position themselves in a good spot to shoot at the troopers here or Bosk. So not many good Dioxis Charge locations here. And it looks like he is going to go first. He can decide to not use it, instead fire. He has a sniper here that can double move to get there. So the answer is yes. Additionally, he has these troopers who are retreating as well that can get there. So I think Rip has this fairly locked up, but we'll see. We'll see what Bosk decides to do. If indeed he's going to activate Bosk. Because all that he has is Bosk, these troopers who are just going to stand here, and these troopers here. Well, yeah, DLT troopers. Who now have unlimited courage, by the way. So measuring distances for everyone's moves. Alright, pulling from the stack, it's a trooper unit. I mean, you really didn't have to shuffle it because... Just because. Trying to roll the suppression off. Nope, keeps the suppression. They're going to move to contest it. But again, I don't think it honestly matters. Yeah, and by giving, that would mean that he would give up this point anyway. So... No, you don't. You can touch it, just like as if it's a wall. That might be the wrong call, but I don't want to make that debate to them. Hi, cat. Nope, there's no more sniper. Sniper's dead. I'm not here to make the judgment call. That's up to them. Oof, hi, cat. Well, they're debating it. I don't know. I've always thought you can run up and touch it and not have it count as being the same. Area terrain is slightly different. Yeah, it's different than a wall. Yeah, walls are different. Walls are easy. You can just run up and touch it. It'd be yeah, it would be entering by touching. Oh yeah, because it's considered... Yep, that makes sense. Yep. Oh no. Apparently Sploosh is saying differently. Oh, I got it wrong. There you go. Confirmed, you can touch it. Yep, so he's able to move up. I will copy and paste this in. So there you go. I pasted that exact thing in there for them. Thank you, Sploosh. So that way, it is correct. Alright. The giant stack, going to have to be pulled from. Or he's just going to activate these troopers. Running them back so as to touch this terrain piece. And they have to drop their suppression. They'd manage to. Yep, so they're just going to touch that piece of terrain as well, claiming that one. Well, looks like they're pulling back from it. Yep, and just touching it. Alright, so... up next is going to have to be either the troopers back here, or Bosk. Looks like it's gonna be Bosk. I don't think he can get... yeah, because range 2 is about where your Dioxys is gonna get to. So you can move here, you can throw his Dioxys here, and likely catch... here, maybe? Likely catch these guys? It's possible. And since Bosk has charge, he could charge this guy. Well, he can't, because you can't speed 1 do it. Yeah, I think Starscream is kind of out of options at the moment. Because these guys will double move here, that's 2 to their 2. Chewie can move, that's 3. So this guy would need to die, we'll say it's back to 2. Han can double move. And these guys are going to roll around and likely start shooting at somebody. I think they're about a turn and a half too late. Rip is indeed the Rebel Honor Guard at the moment. I honestly don't see much in the way of things that Starscream can do here. Yeah, because that'll disconnect him from the terrain piece. And he's not going to have range to anybody. Without a DLT, there's nothing you can do. What might possibly be able to stop him? Certainly not the Empire, or the Emperor, as you pointed out. Definitely not the bounty hunters, nor the tank. I suppose Vader is the only option. Vader's probably the only option, or Krennic. Krennic might do it. Alright, popping shots with snipers at Bosk. Another Rebel with Darksaber. That's true. Oh, rolls into a crit with that aim. So Bosk takes a 5th wound. I don't think shooting Bosk is going to make a difference though, because he has stims. So you're going to need to do at least 2 wounds to put him on stims, and then another 2 wounds after that to actually kill him. Unless he puts those 2 wounds on him before he activates. However, he's activating now, so it's irrelevant. I suppose it can be done between Leia, Chewie, and Han, but at this point, why don't they just move up? So he's Diaxis charging there. Problem is it's a free action, not a reaction, so he can't do anything. I suppose he could... If he really wanted to be dirty, what he could do is standby. You mind? He could standby because he can't take a suppression, so he'll stay standby forever. No, he can't. Yeah, because it has to be. He has to throw at range 1. So yeah, he would have to move, throw it, and then get his escape run. So yeah, there's nothing that he can do. Yeah. The standby would have worked if he had the ability to, but I don't think it's gonna work. I honestly don't see a thing that he can do unless he runs up and throws it somewhere. Problem is he threw it and he's gonna go land in it more. I suppose it's the... Well, he can do this. And then he can go on standby, because he has only done one action. And that way when anyone, he'll just wait for them to all pile up on this thing here, and then detonate it with the last person to come in. That's pretty much the Hail Mary play. Is you set up the diaxis charge. Well, the diaxis charge isn't going to make a difference for the heroes, though. They'll all likely have to double move, though. They won't suffer the poison effect. So, like, this Rebel, unless he activates last, and they, like, get as many heroes as they want in there. Well, you do it. Why not? What else are you going to do? Shoot and kill one dude? Might as well do it. Diaxis right there, put yourself on standby. Because you can't be given a suppression to knock the standby away, and people have to double move to get up there. The only chance would be to kill him. So Diaxis away. Shooting at Leia's not going to do much for you. Alright, choosing to shoot at Leia. Rolls a crit and 2 hits, no cover. So that's 3 in to Leia. Pulling 2 to Chewie. Chewie taking 2. No save on Leia. Not too sure the rationale behind that, but it works. I don't know if my plan actually would have worked. Unable to take the wounds off Bosk. Sniper's gonna aim and fire at him. Looks like they're gonna aim and fire. Trying to crit Bosk. There's one. First aim. Pulls out a hit. Not good enough. Needs the aim, so gonna second hit it, and it's just a hit. So another wound on Bosk. He's up to 6. Well, he's now able to be killed. There is plenty of damage on him. Looks like Leia's gonna activate. Unable to clear her 2 suppression. So she'll get a singular action. Well, I guess that was one thing to do. Hail Mary was to suppress Leia. So she's just gonna get a move, and it's not gonna be good enough. Alright, up next is going to be another infantry unit. This lone dude over here. He can just aim and fire. I don't know how you're going to plan to use the Diaxis charge, because he still has to detonate it off of an action. It's a free action. apparently he's gonna move. I don't know why he just doesn't aim and fire. It's after any action, and no, boss did not regenerate. I didn't think it was a reaction. I thought that it was a action that you had to do. Interesting. I didn't know it was a reaction. One hit on Bosk. Does not save it. Bosk is now on stims. That's interesting. I never knew that. That changes things. Yeah, right there. Gains detonate. After a troop. And it's probably a detonate. It's probably a rule in the rule book. Yep, I guess that makes sense. So yeah, you just bring everybody up and then detonate it when everyone's close and try and take out as many as you can. However, if boss dies, then that's a problem. Boss can only take 2 more hits. Han is apparently flying in the air. I don't think that he has range to Bosk. Ooh, he might. I think he does barely have range to Bosk. That is very strange. The way I see it, he does clip Bosk. Like, here's the line. It should just clip him. So it looks like instead Han is going to double move into the terrain? Or no, he's probably just going to move to touch it. Well, Han is apparently flying, so that's a thing now. Chewie's going to activate. Alright, Chewie is going to move up. That will likely put him touching. Which means he can then fire at Bosk if he does. And no, he's not touching. There's the smallest of gaps. Can he touch going over here? No, a small gap, an even smaller gap. Chewie's gonna have to double move. There is a very small gap there. Shooting Bosk. Gets a crit. And getting 2, actually. That can kill Bosk. Depending on what he rolls. Oh no. Yeah, because that Surge will roll into a crit. I think Chewie just killed Bosk. Well, I think he still needs to roll for it. This game is effectively over. Waiting to see what happens here. Maybe they're debating things? Because if Bosk is dead, the game is over, period. Especially because these two can just double move. Bosk needs to make saves, needs to make 2 saves. Ooh, and he does not. Bosk is dead. That is game right there. There's absolutely nothing left that can be done. Alright, we're gonna call it. I need to go make dinner. So thanks everybody for coming out. Go watch Endless's game going on currently. And I will catch everybody next time. Thank you all.